Hey there. Let's take a little walk through time, shall we? Right into the heart of our human story. Imagine, you're turning 80. Maybe you're sitting on Sophie's balcony in Berlin, sipping herbal tea while the autumn leaves dance in the wind. Or you're wandering through the narrow lanes of Rome with your friend Luca, looking for a gelato, but you realize the flavor just doesn't hit the way it used to. Or maybe you're in Paris with Alex, sharing a quiet cup of coffee and a memory, noticing your body and mind feel different. These aren't just things happen when you age. There's something deeper going on. And today, I want to talk with you about 5 things that will happen once you turn 80, whether you like it or not. And yes, I promise, this is not just doom and gloom, because behind every shift lies a chance to live with more wisdom, more warmth, and yes, even a little mischief. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's start with something simple, but oh so real. Remember the first time Sophie in Berlin ate a fresh schnitzel with lemon? Or Luca in Rome bit into a chewy slice of pizza margherita by the Tiber? The flavor explosion was unmistakable. But once we inch into our 80s, something strange happens. Our taste buds physically shrink. They literally become fewer in number, less responsive. The body, it seems, puts survival ahead of fireworks. This isn't just getting older and less fun to eat. It's a biological adaptation. What does that mean? Well, it means food might start tasting, like lukewarm tea instead of a bold espresso shot. The zing of that lemon on the schnitzel is quieter. And you might wonder, is it just me? Or did the chef lose his mojo? No, it's you. Your flavor receptors are gently stepping down. But here's the twist. While the raw zing might fade, flavor memory and the stories attached to those tastes, they often grow stronger. You might close your eyes and smell the fresh bread stand near Notre Dame in Paris, and the memory is crisp. And because your brain knows the story, you still feel the flavor. So what can we do? Spice up our lives. Not just with food, but with texture, temperature, aroma. Sophie switches herbs for bold spices. Luca tries the gelato with a crunchy almond topping, something that gives him that ooh in the mouth. And our memory hearts say, don't let the flavor fade entirely. Mix it up. Now let's talk about the outer shell, our skin. You know how Alex in Paris gets his hands chapped after a rough walk across cobblestones in winter? Well, imagine that effect multiplied, amplified, stretched. As we approach 80, the skin's molecular memory starts losing its edge. The cells that remember what to do, they're slower to call in the repair crew. So when you scrape your knee, it takes longer to heal. When you bump into the doorframe, there's a bruise that lingers like an old friend who forgot to leave. This isn't just skin thinning. It's a deeper change. Your body is choosing to allocate resources more cautiously. Performance is less important. Survival matters more. Repair becomes slower because the system is rebalancing. Your skin is doing less peak hero work and more steady sentinel work. For you, this means be gentler. If Sophie falls on those Berlin cobblestones, the recovery might take longer, so maybe she opts for a softer path that day. Luca wears protective sleeves while strolling in Rome under the sun. Alex uses richer moisturizers, maybe flexing a little skincare routine his younger self would have scoffed at, because now it makes sense. And emotionally, it means showing kindness to your own body, not being mad when it takes longer to bounce back. Because the slowdown is not a failing, it's a survival strategy. Your body is saying, I've got you, but I don't have infinite resources. And when we accept that, we set ourselves up for serenity. Onto a big one, your brain. The seat of thoughts, stories, jokes late at night, the memories of that Roman gelato, the aroma of Berlin's bakery down the street. As the years stack up, something profound happens. The brain starts rewiring to compensate for lost white matter, to reroute connections, to shift gears. It's not simply decay, it's transformation. Think of it like this. You've driven a sports car all your life. Then you've been handed a sturdy vintage Land Rover for the journey ahead. It won't rocket like the sports car, but it will deliver. It'll get you there. The brain is still making the trip. It's just changed its vehicle. So those moments when Luca forgets the gelato's exact flavor, or Alex pauses when his mind used to zip through thoughts, that's part of the change. White matter, those superhighways in your brain become fewer, slower. But your brain doesn't hand in the keys. It uses side roads, scenic routes, creative hacks. It taps wisdom, pattern recognition, emotional depth. That's why many people say, I might not remember the number, but I remember the feeling. That feeling often grows richer. Here's the practical bit. Keep using your brain. Play a new instrument, learn a language phrase, Italian, German, French, you pick. Sophie tries an old memory journal in Berlin. Luca takes up painting in Rome. Alex learns meditative drawing in Paris. These aren't just hobbies, they're brain gym. And the bonus, your stories matter more. Because the rewiring isn't about forgetting entirely, it's about shifting emphasis. You might forget the name of the gelato shop, but you'll remember the laughter as you shared it. And that counts. Okay, this one's a bit dramatic, but it fits. As we enter our 80-plus years, our muscles face a new question. Do we grow and perform? Or do we harvest energy for survival? The answer tends towards harvest. This process has a name. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. But framing it as a loss is too simplistic. It's also adaptation. Imagine a castle that once expanded walls to show strength. Now the castle keeps only what's essential and uses the materials differently. Your muscles, they may shrink, they may reduce their output, but they still protect you, support you, move you in the quiet ways. What does this mean day to day? Sophie in Berlin might realize she can't carry 2 heavy grocery bags up 5 flights of stairs the way she used to, and that's okay. Instead, she takes the elevator that day, or she splits the bags. Luca realizes his daily walk in Rome is lengthened by a rest on a bench under the olive trees, and he uses that moment to savor the view. Alex accepts that his hiking pace around Montmartre is gentler, but he's still walking, still exploring, still alive. What do we do about it? We adapt smartly. Simple strength routines, bodyweight exercises, light resistance bands, 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week. Think of it as conversation with your muscles. Hey, we're in this together. Also, prioritize protein, hydration, rest. Listen to the body's cues. Your 80-year-old self doesn't need to lift like a 30-year-old, but still needs movement. And delightful movement. Perhaps Sophie swaps the gym for tango in Berlin, Luca for gentle swims by the Tiber, Alex for relaxed cycling along the Seine. Here's one that sneaks up and surprises you. The internal body clock, the circadian rhythm, starts shifting. It might feel like your nights become longer, your mornings earlier, or perhaps your sleep fractalizes into naps and shorter bursts instead of one big stretch. This isn't just less sleep. It's a recalibration. Your body decides, nighttime? Let's conserve. Daylight? Let's rest differently. It's survival mode again. Picture Sophie in Berlin waking up at dawn because her body whispers, hello, sunrise. Luca in Rome finds himself dozing on a cafe terrace at 4 in the afternoon because his system now values that rest. Alex in Paris realizes his nights are lighter, but his heart at 4 in the morning watches the moon with wonder. This flipping of the clock is not a glitch, it's an adaptation. So how do we ride this wave gracefully? Embrace flexibility. Accept that your sleep might come in chapters, not one long epic. Create a bedtime ritual. Soft lighting, gentle music, reading something comforting. Maybe Sophie uses the evening to write letters to grandchildren under Berlin's twilight. Luca takes a short 20-minute espresso nap when the Roman sun is highest. Alex uses early morning quiet hours for reflection, rather than fighting for the mainstream 11 to 7 schedule. And most importantly, don't judge yourself. Society says 8 hours straight, but your body now says 2 good hours, 3 peaceful hours, 1 nap maybe. Listen to it. Offer it the softness it deserves. Now, the crucial part. All of this sounds heavy, maybe even scary, but I want you to take a breath. Because what we're discussing is not just decline, it's transformation, it's evolution. At 80, your body and mind haven't given up, they've reprioritized. They're choosing resilience over speed, meaning over volume, depth over breadth. Sophie, Luca, Alex, they're still living passionately. The schnitzel still tastes good. The gelato still melts delightfully. The walk in the city still fills the lungs with fresh air. The skin still feels the sunshine. The brain still sparks new memories. The muscles still carry the body. The sleep still whispers and dreams. It's all still happening, just on new terms. And that's beautiful. Let's pull in a metaphor. Imagine your life is a novel. The first chapters were high action. Running, climbing, sprinting through cities, chasing deadlines. But now you're in a deeper chapter. The scenery changes. The narrative slows. The sentences lengthen. The adjectives deepen. The dialogue matters more. The protagonist understands more. The setting becomes richer. That's you at 80. Because story alone isn't enough. We need companions. Simple, kind, science-based habits to make this chapter excellent. Savor your food. Use herbs, spices, stronger aromas. Try textures. Switch environments. Sophie experiments with spice rubs in Berlin. Luca tries gelato with roasted almond slag. Alex tastes coffee on the Seine bank at sunrise. Mind your skin. Gentle skincare routines. Protect from sun, wind, cold. A brisk Berlin breeze? Use a scarf. Rome's summer sun? Use SPF. And don't ignore minor wounds, monitor healing. Train your brain. Learn something new. Play an instrument. Sketch the skyline. Recall memories aloud. The rewiring loves novelty but also cherishes the familiar. Move your body. Twice a week. Light strength, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Plus daily movement, walks, gentle cycling, swims. Focus on joy, not performance. Respect your sleep clock. Let your body wake when it wants. Nap if you must. Create a restful routine. Think of sleep as chapters, not just one blockbuster. Here's the gentle warning. Ignoring these changes won't make them vanish. They'll still happen. But ignoring them means missing the opportunity to adapt, to embrace, to thrive. And there's no need to fight this chapter as if it were the first. It's the next, and it can be extraordinary. And here's the warm invitation. Lean into this age with curiosity. Ask, what is my body asking for? What is my mind wanting to untangle? What is my spirit ready to share? Because if you listen, you'll discover pieces of yourself you didn't know were hiding. Maybe Sophie in Berlin uncovers a memoir waiting to be written. Maybe Luca in Rome starts a small herb garden under the olive trees. Maybe Alex in Paris begins mentoring young friends, passing on his stories. Turning 80 isn't a stopping point. It's a transformation. Yes, your taste buds shrink. Your skin heals slower. Your brain rewires. Your muscles shift. Your sleep clock flips. But each change offers a signal. Your body is still here. Still working. Still evolving. And you are still here. So here's what I want you to remember. Age isn't the enemy. Ignoring your internal voice might be. Don't mourn the schnitzel that tastes less zingy. Celebrate the memory of that first bite. Don't resent a slower recovery. Appreciate the skin that carried you so far. Don't lament fewer muscles. Honor the strength that still holds you upright. Don't dread fragmented sleep. Embrace the quiet moments between dreams. Because at 80, well, maybe you're not sprinting down Berlin boulevards anymore. But perhaps you're strolling them with open eyes. Maybe you're not hauling 2 grocery bags up 5 flights in Rome. But you're sitting under the olive trees and feeling the breeze. Maybe you're not powering through Montmartre at midnight. But you're watching dawn break over Paris with a soft smile. You're still here. You're still capable. You're still evolving. And that, my friend, is beautiful. If this voiceover resonated, if Sophie, Luca, or Alex's journeys touched something in you, then I'd love to invite you to stay connected. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It's not about numbers. It's about building a warm, wise community of souls embracing each chapter. Share this with someone you love who's entering or already in this stage. Because none of us should walk the journey alone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you for continuing your story. Until next time, keep growing, keep wondering, keep living beautifully.
Hold up, if you care about your health, don't skip this. Healthy Buddy's top picks are Here Clean. Trusted products that help you feel better every day. More energy, better sleep, stronger you. Check them out now, your body will thank you.